Well, how y'all doing out there in Hobo Land? This is Casinohobo, coming to you live from Tunica, Mississippi. I had just spared you me eating breakfast. I had an everything bagel and a coffee. I'm not a major coffee drinker, but I do like it with breakfast or a breakfast sandwich. But it's not like I get up and drink coffee in the morning, which I haven't even been to bed yet. At 7 o'clock in the morning, Hobo's still, of course. I fell out about last night about 9 o'clock to about midnight, so that's why I'm not even that tired. Of course, this wasn't like an everything bagel I ate from some of these good delis that I've eaten them in, especially the ones up north. But I mean, this is a casino in the south, so you got to take what you can get. But anyway, I wanted to talk about an experience I had tonight, first one in my entire life. Now, you got to take in consideration I had 15 years of dealing weed, from like 83 to like 98, and plus 35 years of gambling in casinos. So I've come across just a ridiculous amount of money. Now, I had a friend of mine. She came and paid me tonight some money she owed me. And the minute I got the money, I looked at one of the bills, which was a 20, and I could see that it was, to me, it looked counterfeit. It was something odd about it, and it was really rough looking. But I took it, figuring maybe I'll just take it to the cage or something like that at the casino, or what I should have done was take it to one of the little restaurant there, and they probably would have just taken it anyway. But of course, I took it to the cage like an idiot, and she left for 30 seconds and come back. And I felt something, and all the years I've been going to the casino cage with my money, I've never had them do that. So she must have sent something right off the bat. I mean, normally I think they got a pen that they can run it across. She might have did that in the back and it come across negative. So within 30 seconds, I see this heavy-set black guy security guard standing next to me with a suit on. So I knew right off the bat that that was the case, especially with her. She came back and was fiddling through a bunch of 20s, acting like she was, going to pick out a better one for me. That's what they must instruct them to do. To keep you there, I guess. So anyway, he says, "Is that the counterfeit 20?" I said, "Yeah, that's the one I gave her." And he says, "Can you come to me to the security podium?" I said, "Sure." So I walk around. He has me fill out a form. I fill it out with my number and stuff on it. And what I did with the 20. And it's funny because that's my first experience where I actually had it. Something negative happened with counterfeit money. If I come across it, I just didn't know about it. Put it that way. And so I was stupid for just taking it to the cage anyway. Like I said, I could have probably offed it in there, but of course I'm not a criminal anymore, so I just naively did it. So anyway, he says we got to 86 you out of here for 24 hours, and I said that's all right. We got to ask you to leave or whatever. So he had a security guard walk me to the front door, and out the door I went. This was about, I don't know, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So it was no big deal. So I got knocked out for 86 for 24 hours. But anyway, that's funny because that's my first experience with counterfeit money. I mean, so, holy shit! And I'm thinking to myself, if I could make this shit, I wouldn't have brought. If I made stuff like this, I wouldn't have had the nerve to bring this thing up here. So they don't probably think much of that. But they could, they took pictures of it. They probably they might have to notify the FBI about it or something. I don't know, how they work that or whatever. Who knows? I could get a call from them. They'll watch them, but they'll be monitoring my phone or something like that. Which, if that was the Republicans, they'd be flipping out. Oh my God! Oh. But anyway, I could care less if they monitor my phone or anything. And I mean, I don't sell weed anymore, so I ain't got to worry about that. And I don't really make counterfeit money, and if I did, it wouldn't be that shitty. That's for damn sure. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that. Oh, I watched a little bit of I watched some of the Fox News tonight. Now, I give praise where praise is due, and they showed this cop, this female cop from Florida. They showed her buy this homeless guy lunch, and then not only did she buy him lunch, but she sat there and ate it with him. And that was a really nice thing to do. I mean, I give praise where praise is due when it comes to cops. I mean, they're not, they're not all assholes, but there's a sizable chunk that are. I'm not saying that they're all criminals. I still think that it's, at least 1 out of 10 that are like completely out there or deviant. But there's also a huge portion of them that are just assholes. They're egomaniac mental cases. But anyway, that happened to be a nice positive experience that I actually saw. And of course you're going to get it with Fox, because they're like, they don't think they can do anything wrong, even though even when they're shooting somebody in the back running away and shit like that, they want to blame it on the victim. But anyway, I want to just say that about that. Of course, I got to get my Fox News piece in there no matter what happens. But I'm going to tell you an experience I had with a cop, and it still hasn't come to a close yet. About 8 months ago, I got pulled over. I was driving my friend's car, and with her in it, and I got pulled over. A cop was coming from the other end, and when he pulled me over, he looked like he was about 60, between 65 and 70. He looked like it's 67, 68 years old, something like that. I'm just guessing. But he seemed like a real asshole right from the get-go. He didn't explain anything to me. He took, they always want to, she has a sticker in her car. The one on the back of the thing was expired, but she has one in her glove box, and completely legal, and brand new year. And it was like the month of where the new one started, like January or something like that. And so he goes to this car, and he comes back, and he says, "Here's your ticket. I didn't write you one." They always want to make it sound like they're doing you a favor. He didn't come around a bend on these back roads in it's Arkansas. So, and it said 23 miles an hour over the speed limit is reckless driving. Well, the fact of the matter is, I was going 62 in a 55. I was 7 miles an hour over the speed limit. And I've had a couple of friends of mine that were actually cops, and they told me they generally don't pull you over unless it's 10 or more, unless they're complete assholes. And like I said, there's a sizable portion that are. But anyway. So anyway, I got to go to court now and fiddle with this. So I went once, and 2 months after it all started, and when I got there, of course the officer ain't there, and I didn't. It's been so long since I even got pulled over. It's been 12 years since I got pulled over. So, and it's the principle of it. I don't want the 2 points that I know that it comes with, maybe even more. I don't know. And then a $200 fine, which I thought it was going to be more than that. The $200 actually sounded kind of reasonable for 23 miles an hour over the speed limit on a back road. But I wasn't going that. So it's the principle of it. So he was going to tack an extra 15 miles an hour on there. So I said something to him about his meter, and he said he had it checked about a week ago. I said, well, whenever you had it checked, they didn't fix it right. I can tell you that right now, because I don't go to 23 miles an hour over the speed limit. So anyway, I wanted to clear that up with him, and I said, well, I'll be in court, so just give me the date. So he, like an asshole that he is, he follows me all the way into the town, and then he goes right, and I go left, and about another 8 miles down the road, I hit the highway. But he was going the other direction, and so instead of making a U-turn and going back to what he was doing, he went all the way into the town, followed my ass all the way into the town just to be an asshole that he is. That's how cops... that's how a huge chunk of them can be. You know, so anyway, now my court date, I go 2 months later, and the cop's not there, and they tell you that, you know, this is just to set your court date up and how you plea and all this bullshit. And I said, yeah, I plea innocent. So they set up my date for 2 months later, and then there's an ice storm. This is a little town, bullshit, 800 people in it. It's got court 1 day a month. So I go, and it's the ice. It's a freeze over. The ice freezes over, and the courthouse is closed. So now they schedule me for 2 months later, and I can't show up, so I reschedule it. Now I got it coming up next month. Of course, I got to drag my ass to Arkansas 4 hours away in order to go there for this stupid thing. And of course, I think I'm going to beat this with flying colors, but you know, it's still it's the idea. It's a pain in the ass. And he seemed like a sensible judge. So anyway, I got that to deal with 2 months from now. But this is just, you know, something the hobo wanted to talk about here with the cops. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about my counterfeit experience. And for any of you out there that might want to teach the hobo how to do this professionally, I might be in, you know, I might be up for that. I'm just kidding. But anyway, even if I was to make counterfeit money, it wouldn't be that shitty. I'll tell you that right now. That was just pitiful. But anyway, that's how stupid I can be, you know. But anyway, that's about it. Hobo just wanted to talk about this counterfeit experience. I'll see y'all later.